Hey, how's it going, YouTube friends? It's me, Never, your always effervescent Big Cat host, and you're watching The Never Show. Yes, the only show with lemon-scented limes, lest I forget, and the only show with a supernatural, super awesome third eye. I mean, why ask why? Why wouldn't you want a third eye? And it's Wednesday again, and that means we review the movies. So let's get right into that. And today's movie is Geostorm. It's a PG-13 film. It is an hour and 49 minutes. It feels very long. It feels a lot longer than that for me. It is an action science sci-fi thriller directed by Dean Devlin. Writers were Dean Devlin and Paul Guyot. I always have trouble with names when it's Guyot or Giost. You pick it. You figure it out. It stars Gerard Butler I love Gerard Butler. He's a great actor. He's really good. But I have some misgivings about him in this movie. He seems really great. He's gruff. He's angry. He seems like a great mechanic. He seems like a good engineer. But he just doesn't seem like he's a very tech-savvy guy. He didn't seem confident. He didn't show that confident body language when he was talking about computers and using computers, and it made him look kind of dumb. Jim Stargrass, he had the brother with Gerard Butler thing, and I love good brother chemistry, but it just seemed very off with them. I don't know why. Abby Cornish, I feel like she was arm candy through this movie all the way through, but then all the women in this movie seemed like arm candy. And it's just, without them, we could have skipped over that sort of romantic comedy kind of thing that they had. And this movie probably could have been a good 30 minutes shorter, just to say. Alexandra Marilla Laura. I didn't really see much of her. Daniel Wu. This poor guy, he's through the whole movie just trying to deliver information, and he gets hit by a car in the middle. Hugo Derbez, I always have trouble with names, as Al Hernandez. I loved him in this movie. His lines were always colorful. He always seemed very chipper for someone who's in well, let's not get into that part yet, Amir Wakand, Adebo Oje, geez, these names. I'm having Andy Garcia as president, Andrew Palmer. He looks great. He acted the part, and I felt he did the part justice. Ed Harris, jeez. I don't like him cast as a bad guy anymore. He just is not evil. He doesn't feel evil. He's getting too old to be the evil bad guy, just to be honest with you. I'm going to cut the cast a little shorter than usual because I don't see any real other ones that are big points of interest for me. And I've been asked a couple of times now to cut cast a little short. Our production companies, Warner Brothers, blah, blah, Electric Entertainment, Jerry Bruckheimer Films. I feel like Jerry Bruckheimer Films, I just feel like, I feel like NCIS, NBC stuff. This just feels like that. Skydance Media, Our distributor here in the good old United States of America is Warner Brothers. Special effects. I feel like so much was wasted on this movie. They had it felt like they had such a poor script, and they have so much special effects. I mean, there's just, they have so many great names, and I'm not going to run them off because it's such a long list. And it just feels like they wasted a lot of good effects for a movie that was very emotional. You had the brother conflict, you had the tech conflict, and everything. So let's get into what I thought on this one. I feel like Gerard Butler, he just doesn't seem he doesn't seem like he's a very technical guy, and he seems like he would be a competent mechanic, and all that stuff. But when you start putting him in front of a keyboard, he doesn't look that way. And him and Jim Sturgis had this brother thing, and the chemistry didn't work. It didn't feel brotherly. It felt more like adversarial, if you know what I mean. And I felt like Abby Cornish, she was dragged through the whole dang movie. I think that's her. I think it's... I don't see a lot of the women meshed together, and it was just, there wasn't a lot of memorable parts. I think she was the special agent. I think because she was special agent, and I'm thinking of Mary Wingham, and I think I have those both confused, and I'm sorry about that, but there wasn't a lot of memorable moments, and there's not a lot of points of interest. Frozen people and exploding and melting streets with exploding gas mains and stuff. It was a great movie for the action, but the story just didn't go anywhere. Ed Harris being the villain in the end and everything. I just feel like he's getting too old to play the villain. He's just not. He's got to have underlings and everything, lift the rocket launcher for him now. And it just doesn't really turn me on. It's 5.9 on this, and it's a 40% on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm going to say you should probably pass on this one, but I'm going to leave in the qualifier. When it comes to Redbox, you might want to rent it. I see this one as a rental. It's not a bad movie. It's just not a great movie. I feel like you could take your girlfriend to this if you wanted to. Because, Gerard Butler, swoon. Jim Sturgis, swoon. Yeah, we can play that game because there's a lot of good looking dudes in this movie. I felt like the hacking and stuff, like the computer wizardry in this, seemed very inappropriate for 2019 or 2020 or whenever this station was finished. And the station has self-destruct countdown that can't be undone. I mean, the first thing we learned that anything can be turned off. And I felt like that was kind of like dumb. That we'd have, not have a fail safe for something that destroys a multi-million-dollar piece of hardware that orbits the Earth. Just to be honest with you. I don't think I can see any goofs. I'd like to see what CinemaSins thinks about this because I feel like I picked it apart for me. But I think CinemaSins will fast forward and rewind it and stuff and see where this is going, just to be honest with you. Okay, my thoughts, definite. I don't see it as a DVD buy for me. I'm going to say this could be a rental if you want to see it, just to be honest with you. I might watch this on TV. That's a might. Do I want to see this in the movie theaters again? No. Waste of time. There's way more movies that I have to see, and this was just luck of the draw, so to speak, as always, and I'm going to pass on seeing this again. That said, if you like what you see in here, please click that like button down below. It means so much to me in this time of demonetization and YouTube ad apocalypse and not blessed by the Paul's nonsense. And remember, your patronage is what we need at this time. The channel is demonetized. I am not getting paid. We really could use your help. So please think about being a patron with us through Patreon. If not, we also have other ways. I will, there are directions in the comments section for that. Also, if you want to see more nonsense like this, and I say nonsense, and I don't mean it by that, but it is silly that I'm sitting here in front of a mic watching a bar craft for me. And I hope that you enjoy what you're watching. I hope you like the changes that I'm doing. Just to be honest with you, I'm a little nervous about them myself because I stick to a very formulaic script. It helps me get through. And then if I've made mistakes this time, I'm sorry. Please subscribe if you want to see more. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.